Here we go. It's the Premier League pod with Eat My Goal with Mike and is it Charlie
Oliver
Chaplin?
Hardy.
Oliver Hardy, of course it's Oliver Hardy. What am I talking about? Of course it's not Charlie Chaplin. Oliver Hardy. I'm loving your hat, Dan.
Thanks.
You should leave it on. Leave it on. I like it. It kind of suits you. No. So this is our Premier League podcast, where this week, there's a big story in the Premier League this week, Dan, isn't there? Brentford flying high.
Yeah.
Southampton won a game and are off the bottom. But of course, the story that everybody has been talking about is the Liverpool against Manchester United. Did you watch the game?
Nope.
I only watched it in parts, to be fair. But the parts that I watched, wow. Liverpool were good, but Manchester United were shit. Just terrible.
Yeah, I saw the first goal. And then it was just before. Was it just before half time? First goal. Yeah.
And
then I saw the second goal just after half time. And then I thought, oh, that'll do. And then every time I looked at my phone, another goal had gone in.
There's another one.
Yeah.
Another one, and then another one. Yeah, I left it at 5-0, and I think that was about, I can't remember what minute it was, maybe 75 minutes perhaps. And then literally as I left, I saw that another one had gone in. But yeah, 7-0. 7-0 is ludicrous, isn't it?
Very poor.
Absolutely ludicrous. I would go as far to say that no Premier League side should be losing to any other Premier League side by 7 goals, least of all against your closest rivals. Just
true.
Old Bruno Fernandes got some stick, and rightly so, for a few things really. One, just complete from about 4-0, he was just complete petulance.
Yeah.
In fact, from about 3-0, I'd say just complete petulance. There's one, I think it was Nunez. No, it wasn't. It was who's their centre back alongside Van Dijk?
Gomez.
No, not Kouate. He's Barcelona, isn't he?
Wednesday.
Freddie Canute, is it?
No.
Anyway, he's running with the ball, and Fernandes running alongside him. And there's literally the faintest of touches, kind of on his chest, might have brushed his chin. And Fernandes goes down like. Just it's embarrassing. You're a grown man, for goodness sakes. Stop it. Stop.
He does that every game, doesn't he? He does that every minute from the first whistle in most games, doesn't he? He's always whinging about something and falling on the floor. And
he generally seems to, doesn't he? Yeah. Strange one though, wasn't it? Very strange one, because United have been in fairly good form and Liverpool haven't really been in particularly. They've been in okay Premier League form, but obviously they're spanking from Real Madrid recently. 7-0, just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is Liverpool back on a bit of a run, or is this just a complete one-off? Liverpool good, Man United was shocking. That's that.
They've done all right, haven't they? The last month or so, Liverpool. So, and I think they were always going to come. They were always going to come good, weren't they? Again. So a team like that doesn't have a whole rubbish season from start to finish. So
do you think they'll finish top 4?
I think they'll get in top 4 yet.
Do you? Spurs will be the team to drop out, do you think? Or do you think
they're
surely too far? Surely too far behind Man United, aren't they?
Yeah, well, what are they? 7 or 8 points behind them?
They are. I should tell you, they are 7 points behind Man United, yes. 3 behind Spurs with 13 games left to go. There's still quite a lot of football to be played, isn't there? Newcastle now kind of dropping, aren't they? unbeaten. No wins in 5 for them.
Yeah. You've had your fun. Go on, pop down. Let some real
Get
teams.
yourself,
Yeah.
get yourself off into the well. At this rate, they may not even qualify for Europe. Well, they should do actually. Looking at it, Fulham are the next team down, and they're 2 points behind.
Blimey.
So Newcastle should stay in those Europa League spaces.
Yeah.
So the next question would be: if Spurs don't qualify for the Champions League, do you think Kane will be off? Do you think he'll go?
Yeah, there's talk every season, isn't there? What was it? Is it Man United again? Is that
that's who he's been touted. Man United or Bayern Munich are the two teams who seem favourites.
Why is it always Man United? Why isn't it Man City or Arsenal?
Well, it was Man City a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It was Man City, yeah.
Apparently, a deal was pretty much done, but Spurs refused to sell. So I suppose there's not a lot you can do when your player's contracted for another 4 years and they refuse to sell. But I think City were rumoured at 100 million. I was going to say only 100 million. It's a ridiculous amount of money, but in the context, he would have been 27 at the time, probably the prime of his career. 100 million actually seems decent for somebody who's going to score guaranteed 20 Premier League goals a season.
Yes. Are you talking about then or now?
Then and probably now still.
Well,
he's not really that now though, is he? 'Cause he's only got a year left of his contract.
Exactly, and I think with Kane, is not exactly, speed and mobility aren't really his game, are they? So I think he's a player you need to get sooner rather than later. I think.
But don't you think, if anything, that possibly elongates his career by not having? Because if you don't rely on speed and mobility now, and you're still scoring 20 Premier League goals, then obviously what players generally lose is that speed and mobility, and they become a bit more injury prone towards the end of their career because they've relied on that speed. And then,
do you think he'll be one of those that sort of drops back a bit as well, sort of Rooney-esque?
Yeah, more of a kind of advanced midfielder.
I was thinking goalkeeper. Yeah,
it could be. He's quite tall, isn't he?
Yeah, why not?
Have you seen that clip of when he played in goal that time?
No.
There's a clip where he I'll see if I can find it for next week. He went in goal. I can't remember. It was a few years ago, and it's a free kick, and so he's lining up the wall and what have you, and then basically they bend it around the wall, but straight at him, and he drops it. He just drops it, and it bobbles between his legs and goes in.
Right. No, I hadn't seen that.
It's only then when you realise the difference, because you think, goalkeepers are goalkeepers, aren't they? But then you realise actually, it's quite a skill to it. I think he'll go. I think he'll go. I think he'll go whether Spurs qualify for Europe or not.
Yeah,
personally, I think.
Much?
I think so. Well, this is the thing. Daniel Levy will get a top dollar for him money, so maybe it will be 100. Maybe it will be 100 million.
100 million for
1 year left. I think so.
How old is he?
I think he's 29, so he's still got a few. You'd think he's still got 3-4 years still at the top, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I think if he does join United, do you know what is good? Is if Liverpool are back, and if Manchester United do sign a top striker, I think you could actually have a genuine four-way go next season. And maybe Chelsea have obviously been shocking this year, haven't they? But maybe if Chelsea, because they're going to spend again, aren't they, over the summer? I still think Chelsea will be behind, but you never know. Could be a decent Prem next year, couldn't it?
What, and with Liverpool getting Bellingham, do you think?
It seems that way, doesn't it? It does seem that Bellingham's going there.
Yeah,
I think he'll be a good addition. I think he'll be a good addition to anyone, to be fair. I think he'll slot in. I think he could comfortably play for any Premier League side. He's only 20 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, 20, blimey. Yeah.
But then it has been strongly touted that he's going to Madrid, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, I can't see I don't think that'll phase him. He just seems like such a quality player.
Mm-hmm.
Such a
Natural.
All good for England. Natural, yeah absolutely. I think England have got some great young talent. They Saka, Foden, him, Rice. Yeah.
Please.
If only we had 2 centre backs.
Yeah.
If we had 1 centre back,
it'd
be nice, and a goalkeeper would be nice. But still.
Well, what about old Toba-Mori, or whatever his name is, that plays in Italy?
Oh yeah, from Milan.
Yeah, they keep saying how good he is. I mean, I don't watch Italian football, but they keep saying he's supposed to be doing well out there.
Yes, I think Chris. Let's put it comparatively. Chris Smalling's also doing well out there. So yeah,
good point.
Tammy Abraham is doing well out there.
Yeah, you've got me. You've changed my mind already.
So I don't think Italian football is what it once was, is it? I don't think it's the, obviously back in the 80s and 90s, it was the envy of the world, wasn't it? Italian football, pretty much, but not so much.
Well, I've, as far as I'm concerned, Italian football's always been boring.
Yeah, very slow, isn't it? Very slow.
Yeah.
Did you watch when it was going off piece a little bit when Gazza went there? Obviously, Channel 4 started doing the Italian football, and I thought,
I used to watch it all the time, and I used to think,
Gazza's there, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, please let something happen in this game, and then just sit there and be like.
So you had Gazza, you had Maradona was there at the time as well, wasn't he?
David Platt,
all the top names,
Paul Ince.
All the top players, and it's just dull, isn't it? Dull, defensive, boring games. 1-0. Oh, great. Okay, well done.
Yeah,
well done. Well played.
What about Arsenal, Mike? What about Arsenal?
They look very good, don't they? They really ground it out again at the weekend, didn't they?
Yep.
Who's it they beat? Who's it they beat this weekend?
Bournemouth.
Yes. Yeah. 2-0 down, weren't they?
Yeah.
It's a big result, and right on the death as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that goes well alongside that Leicester victory as well last week, wasn't it? When they ground out a 1-0 win, and then to come back from 2-0 down, Man City style, and win 3-2.
Yeah, and they even against Villa before that, didn't they? They were twice behind against Villa, and then won late on. So
good sign.
Yeah, so and it's a good sign from a champion's point of view, because I don't think they played particularly well against Bournemouth, certainly first half, but to still win the game.
What's that old saying?
It's
play rubbish and win.
Play rubbish and win. That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what I think Shanks said that on it. But Bigfoot and Shanks. Shanks and Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Do you really like it? Play rubbish and win. Yeah, always. So Southampton off the bottom. Do you know what worries me about that is that they have been terrible, haven't they, this season? Really, really terrible. But then,
what's worrying about that?
Well, this is what's worrying about it, is that they're only 3 points off 15th, and all the teams above them could quite comfortably drop into that zone. All you need for any of those bottom 5 teams is to have a 2 or 3 win streak, and that's it. You're safe, I think. Whereas, like I say, 716 defeats in 25 games, 20 goals scored this season. Only Bournemouth and Everton. Oh, actually, quite a few teams. Oh no. Only Everton have scored less this season.
Yeah.
Is that right? Hang on. No, they haven't even. What am I talking about? Yeah, 20 goals. It's just, and they could still clear. They could still save themselves, couldn't they? Because Leeds are pretty poor at the moment, aren't they?
I think
Everton are shocking.
Yeah.
They're going to do it.
What's Southampton's running like?
Yeah, good. Yeah, got a lot of teams to play. Big teams, little teams, middle-sized teams.
Middle-sized teams,
Could go anyway.
Oh, good.
I don't know. Still 13 games, so they've still got the majority of teams playing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
A good stay. And what do you think about Brentford? So Brentford won again at the weekend.
Do you know what I could tell you about Brentford, Mike?
Nothing
at all. I have no interest in Brentford whatsoever. Other than cheaty betting man at up top. Just got no interest in them. They're sort of like my new Stoke. That team where when they'll come on the match of the day, that'll be time for bed.
Okay, that's it. So I have something that might interest you about them. To be fair.
Oh, okay.
If I can find it, because I can't now. Typically, I cannot find it.
Okay, you carry on chatting, and I'll see what the current scores are.
Okay, I'll find it for you.
Oh,
it's a good little story. And it was. It must be true. Say again.
Celtic are winning.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I found
Rangers are winning. They're second.
No way.
Celtic top, Rangers are second.
They're both winning.
Mm.
They're both winning. Who will win the Celtic Rangers League this year? Looks like Celtic will win the Celtic League, isn't they? So anyway, here's the thing about Brentford. So not sure if you're aware, but Brentford only recently moved into a lovely new ground in West London, just off the M40, I think it is. Did you know that? They've moved from their old home to a lovely new ground. And it was just before they moved up to the Premier League, actually. It was quite convenient for them. Yeah. Anyway, the locals aren't happy about it, Dan. The locals aren't happy. And this must be true. It was in the Sun, so it must be true. So Michael Locke, 66, is one of the many living in the shadow of the Brentford Community Stadium. He says he's endured a variety. Bicycle Lock, Michael Locke. He says he's endured a variety of issues since Brentford home ground was built in 2020, including having to shoo away a man who was pooing outside his home in broad daylight. The 66-year-old told The Sun, "My son gets the footage on his phone from my Ring camera, and he called me to say I should go outside and have a look. I saw this guy defecating right by my house at 4 p.m. after the game. It was like a cow had been there. I had to get a jet washer out to sort it out."
Good grief.
Ever felt the need to poop outside a football ground on your way home?
Yeah.
Many times.
Inside Fratton Park, normally, whilst I'm watching a game.
While I was watching it. And then slinging it onto the pitch in protest.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross, isn't it?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that is lovely.
I enjoyed that story. I thought I'd share.
Yeah. Did you find out
should we have
who
a quiz,
did it?
Dan? Hey, say again.
Did they find out who did it?
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Surely, if you see someone having a poo in your garden,
a sprue, yeah.
You've caught them, haven't you? So
you'd think if it's on your Ring doorbell, you've got evidence, and you can surely find out who it is from there, because you wouldn't think the club would be condoning that. I appreciate it's happened outside the ground, but then if obviously inappropriate behaviour happens outside the ground, you're still kind of partly responsible for it, aren't you?
Yeah.
As a club.
But then I suppose they do say don't shit on your own doorstep, don't they?
They do, which he didn't do.
On someone else's.
On somebody else's. Michael Locke's doorstep, in fact.
Yeah.
Poor old Michael Locke. Do you fancy a quiz, Dan? Should we have a quiz?
Yes, I'd love a quiz, Michael.
What's the scores? I forget. I genuinely forget.
9-6.
9-6. Yeah, it is. It's going to be. Could be 10-6 after the day. Too easy.
No, these are too easy. I think I've even gone down the route of giving you multiple choice on most of them.
You won't need multiple choice on yours.
Yeah. What you got? You got a theme?
Yes, I do. Mine is. What is the year? I'm going to give you a footballing occurrence. You're going to tell me what year it happened.
So again, following
number.
on from last week when I told you that I'm no good with measurements or statistical dates, things like that.
You'll be all right with these. You'll be all right with these. What's your theme?
My theme is Premier League hat tricks.
Premier League hat tricks. Okay, yeah. I like it.
Oh, actually,
I won't like it when the questions start.
Actually, yeah, I've ruined that now, haven't I?
Why?
Premier League hat tricks.
And then if you roll it down your arm, that is a hat trick of sort, isn't it?
Don't be so stupid. Or whatever it was that used to do.
I'll kick off. I'll shoot first, so you're attempting to score. That doesn't make sense. I'll question first. So, in what year, Dan, Michael Owen joined Real Madrid from Liverpool? In what year?
Okay, so 2002. Oh, why? It's got to be 2000 and 2001, 2002, 2002.
Are you sure? You're sticking with 2002.
2001, I shouldn't have said because he played in the Liverpool Arsenal final, didn't he? So I'm going to
just scored twice in that, didn't he?
Yeah, go on. I'm going to go 2002, but then I think that's too early. But 2002.
2002 is too early. It was 2004.
Oh, not even close. That was poor.
Not even close. Okay, go on. Gives you Premier League hat tricks.
Right. Okay, you'll be fine with these.
All right, go on.
Who was there's multiple choice if you need it. Who was the first player to score a Premier League hat trick?
Oh, I do need multiple choice.
You want multiple choice?
Yeah, go on.
Was it
multiple choice?
Eric Cantona or Mark Robbins?
Oh, see, I wouldn't have guessed either of those. I'm going to guess Eric Cantona.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's correct. 1 out of 1.
Yay! Okay. In what year, Dan? In what year did Peter Crouch score his first of his 22 goals for England in a friendly against Uruguay? What was the year?
See, anything 1980 up to 95. Right, is my era. Right.
Okay.
So then I turned 18.
Particularly FA Cup finals.
Yeah, particularly FA Cup finals. But I turned 18 in 95, and that's when I lose
memory. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right, so his first England goal. So
against Uruguay in a friendly.
I've just got no idea. 2006
is correct.
Oh!
All right, Michael Jackson. Shamon!
Get in. Right.
Okay, 1-1. Good.
Okay. Which player scored the first perfect hat trick? You know what a perfect hat trick is, don't you?
Yeah. Left, right,
foot header.
Left, right.
Was it? You've got a choice of 3 here.
Oh, okay.
Was it?
Got something on my mind.
Koku?
Okay.
Was it Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank?
Yeah.
Or was it Dwight York?
Oh, none of those are the person. I had Les Ferdinand in my head.
Stefano Koku, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Dwight York.
Well, is Ethel Koku just a bit of a red herring in there? because why on earth would you have put Effin and Coco in there when you got Dwight York and who's the other one? I'm going to go Effin and Coco.
What?
Effin and Coco.
It was Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Effin and Coco was my red herring that worked so well.
He was a red herring.
Good boy.
Well
Good
played,
boy, Effin.
Well played.
Effin.
Okay. What was the year, Dan? What was the year? Match of the day pundit Danny Murphy played his last professional football match. What was the year? What was the year?
2003. So,
if it helps, it was for Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, 2003. So I remember when in Pompey, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2007, 2008, 2008, 2009, 2009.
A little early. 2013.
Oh. I remember him playing for Fulham against Pompey in one of their
last. Didn't he? Scored against us in one of to keep them up in a 1-0 win. But no, 2013. So early again. Okay.
Yeah, that was poor. Only 10 years ago, Mike. Seems longer.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
he was 35 at the time.
It's great. It was great pleasure watching him play. Okay. Question number 3.
Yep.
Whose first and fourth hat-tricks for his club were unusual because his team ended up losing the game? Do you want multiple choice?
Yeah, go on.
Whose first and fourth hat-tricks for his club were unusual because his team ended up losing the game? Was it Matthew Le Tissier, or was it Andrew Cole, or Andy Cole as he was at the time?
Matthew Le Tissier
is obviously correct.
Okay, nice.
That's 2-1.
2-1. This for 2-2.
Yep.
What was the year, Dan, that Arsenal signed 15-year-old Jermaine Pennant from Notts County for £1.5 million?
Are any of these pre-1995?
Oh, no. No.
So signed Jermaine Pennant from Notts County at the age of 17. 19.
Well, just working that out. So he was only about 25 when he played for us then.
Yes.
Blimey. I thought he was well towards the end of his career.
Yeah, thanks for that. That helps. Well, so, and what year was he born, did you say?
He was 15 years old at the time.
But what year was he born?
I'm just that does help you out.
Yeah, no, that's how I was trying to work it out anyway. I'd say something like 99, 2000. Let's go. Oh no, because if he was 25 and he played for us, that would have been about 2005, 6, 2005-ish. Say. So let's say what? How old did he say he was when he signed for Arsenal?
He was 15. He was 15.
So 10 years before. So, oh God, I don't care, Mike. 1999
is correct.
Oh, I had that in my head first off. I should have said it and saved the time.
Foolishly gave you a massive clue there, didn't I? Right, go on, next. Yeah.
Who was the first Italian to score a Premier League hat-trick? Was it Fabrizio Ravanelli or Gianluca Vialli?
Oh, both similar era, aren't they?
Very similar.
Oh, I remember Ravanelli's debut hat trick for Middlesbrough. I think they drew 3-3 against someone.
And he pioneered the shirt over the head.
Oh, was that the first time that was done? Was it?
No, I'm just saying that's what he pioneered.
Oh, okay. Do you remember Emerson, who also played for that Middlesbrough side?
Yeah, it looked a bit like Noel Rodgers.
Noel Rodgers, yeah. He did. Anyway, I'm going to go Ravanelli.
Yep.
Cool.
It's correct for 3. On him.
Okay, final one.
Yep.
This to draw level. Manchester City won their 3rd Premier League title and 5th English top flight title overall. In what year, Dan? Their 3rd Premier League title, their 5th overall. That kind of confuses a little bit. Just the 3rd Premier League title is what you need. In what year?
2015.
Incorrect. 2017. 2017 is the correct answer.
Okay, so I've already lost.
So it's 9-7. Sweet.
This is a 2-parter, so you can get yourself an extra bonus point and an extra and a Chuffley badge. All right. So
okay,
Teddy Sheringham scored Portsmouth's first Premier League hat trick. Who scored their last? And for an extra point, how many hat tricks have Pompey scored in the Premier League?
Well, I think the last one was Runa Dindan.
Correct.
Was it against they were wearing orange, possibly Bolton? Don't know. I remember the game. He missed a penalty and then scored the rebound, didn't he? Oh no, he didn't. He might have been Hull.
We were there, weren't we? In the Milton. Yeah. We were in the Milton, weren't we?
We were in the Milton. Anyway,
so
yes.
Point,
how many hat tricks
did Pompey score in the Premier League?
7 years. I know Yak got at least 1. He scored 4 against Middlesbrough that game, didn't he? 4.
I'm sorry, Michael. You've just lost all your points because you gambled on the bonus question. It's 6. Sheringham Yakubu twice, Benjani twice, and Aruna Dindan.
Yes. Okay.
All away from home. All at home.
Well, I meant 4 different players is what I meant. That's what I meant. So
no.
I kind of No. Okay. No. Okay. Good quiz. Good quiz. Yeah. I won't do numbers next week. Don't worry. I won't do years or stats.
Well, you can just do years prior to the year 2000 would be nice.
Okay. 85 to 95. Yeah.
That would be lovely. But as it's Premier League, just 92 to 95, please.
92 to 95. All right. Yeah. There you go. 3-year span. No worries. All right. Okay. So what else have we got, Dan? We've got nothing else, I don't think, apart from to say if you'd like to get involved, you can do so by emailing us, tweeting us. I suppose for the people listening on the podcast, we really should say it's eatmygoal22@gmail.com. Tweet us at eatmygoal22 or follow us at facebook.com/eatmygoal. I just read that as it went across the bottom of the screen. It made it easier to do. It was good. But like, share, subscribe, all those things. You can listen to this on Spotify and Deezer, on Amazon Podcasts, Amazon Music, I think it's called, Napster, LimeWire,
MySpace,
yeah, Friends Reunited, all those places,
MSN,
all those top places. Right, that's it from us.
Send us a letter, stamped address envelope to PO Box.
PO Box, London W1 1AA. Okay, we have been 1985, and good night.